Hey guys, it's Rebecca Oberstadt. I'm going to be doing a swatch video of the James Charles palette. I did a live stream version of this, but I decided I would go ahead and swatch all of them on my arm. If you are interested in seeing me swatch these out, then keep on watching. This is a much shorter video than my live stream. So I'm swatching all of the first four shades, and I know doing pinky swatches is kind of not that great, but I wanted to try and get the swatches done a little bit faster. I was doing a comparison. I did a comparison video between this and the BH Cosmetics Take Me Back to Brazil palette, and I know that swatching with my pinky, I had to like work with the product or go back over it a couple of times. I also noticed when I was getting further down my arm that I probably should have started the swatches a little bit further up towards my hand or not space them out as much. And that very last shade in the very first row, I find that it is very difficult to work with, that and the shade that's underneath of it. There's quite a few shades in this palette that are either very kind of patchy when they go on, or they take quite a bit of building or working with in order to get the color payoff that you are expecting or anticipating from this palette that's supposed to be, you know, for an artist. That last shade I just swatched is Tea, and that shade gives me a lot of trouble. And I find the white shade just kind of looks chalky on my skin, whether it's on my arm, on a brush, on my eye, no matter what I use it with. That and that yellow shade that I just put on, both of those seem very like chalky and not very pigmented for my skin. I am using the Always Off makeup remover cloth that you see on the counter there in between each of the swatches, so that the colors are not, you know, staying on my finger in between swatching one shade or the other. Now on to the third row. I love that guac shade, and that shade there is pretty as well. I find that this blue and the next blue that I swatch are both very like difficult to work with. The Artistry shade, that is that purple with the glitter in it, I know some people have complained that it's not very pigmented, that it's supposed to just be a topper shade, but I've actually just used it on its own and it's been perfectly fine. That magenta shade there is kind of difficult to work with too, and the Pinkity Drinkity shade is also very chalky. Now on to Social Blade and Daddy, Cape Cod, and that blue shade there is also very kind of patchy. Those two greens I don't have any problems working with. The shimmers I don't have problems working with, but those three blue shades down at the bottom are really kind of patchy. You really have to build them up to get the color that you want, and they don't blend very well. Same with the two purples that are coming up. That darker purple and the more magenta colored purple, they go on patchy. Takes forever to get them to blend out so that they look even. There are all kinds of spots and skips and stuff on the skin when you are using it, so those are very difficult shades. And I wanted to show you that while swatching them or picking pigment up on my fingers, it like the whole palette like shed. So that is what I'm showing here. So just be careful, these are very crumbly shadows. So hopefully you like this much shorter version of me swatching all of the shades. And I decided to use one arm because I had the BH palette on the other arm. And the live stream that I did use both arms. Have a great day.